Hello friends, in today's video, we are going to tell you about 12 countries where being Muslim is banned. There are no countries that officially ban Muslims from entering entirely based on their religious identity. However, there are countries where Muslims face severe restrictions, discrimination, or hostility, which may make these nations feel unwelcoming or unsafe for Muslims. Below is an overview of such countries, focusing on why they have these restrictions and the broader implications for the Muslim population. So let's start with first country. Number 1. Myanmar. Myanmar has a predominantly Buddhist population and has been criticized globally for its treatment of the Rohingya Muslim minority. The Rohingya have faced severe persecution, including state-sponsored violence, which many international organizations describe as ethnic cleansing. Although Muslims make up about 4% of the population, they face significant restrictions on religious practices, citizenship, and movement within the country. Muslims from other countries might also face difficulties in entering or residing in Myanmar due to the government's policies toward Islam. Number 2. China. In China, the situation for Muslims, particularly the Uyghur population in Xinjiang, has garnered significant international attention. The Chinese government has been accused of human rights violations, including the mass internment of Uyghurs in so-called re-education camps, restrictions on Islamic practices, and a crackdown on any expressions of Islamic identity. While China does not explicitly ban Muslims from entering the country, the treatment of its Muslim citizens is a cause of global concern. Moreover, the government's surveillance of Muslims and restrictions on Islamic practices make it a highly inhospitable environment for followers of Islam. Number 3. India. India, home to one of the largest Muslim populations in the world, has seen increasing religious tensions in recent years, especially under the leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP. While Muslims are not banned from entering India, there have been numerous reports of violence against Muslims, including mob lynchings and discriminatory laws, such as the Citizenship Amendment Act, CAA. The CAA has been criticized for potentially marginalizing Muslims and making it harder for Muslim refugees to gain citizenship. Muslims in India often face social and economic discrimination, making it a challenging environment for practicing Islam freely. Number 4. Israel. Israel is another country where Muslims, particularly Palestinians, face significant restrictions. The State of Israel and its policies towards the Palestinian territories, especially in Gaza and the West Bank, have led to widespread international criticism. While Muslims are not banned from entering Israel, the restrictions on movement, access to religious sites, and the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine create significant challenges for Muslims living in or visiting the region. Additionally, Muslim citizens of Israel, known as Arab Israelis, often face discrimination and are treated as second-class citizens. Number 5. North Korea. North Korea is one of the most isolated countries in the world, with extremely strict controls on religious practices. The country's regime allows no independent religious activities, and any attempt to practice a religion, including Islam, is met with severe punishment. While North Korea does not officially ban Muslims from entering, the lack of religious freedom makes it virtually impossible for Muslims to practice their faith in any meaningful way within the country. Number 6. Angola. Angola, a predominantly Christian country, has seen controversies over its treatment of the Muslim minority. Although the government does not officially ban Islam, it has denied the registration of Islamic organizations, effectively outlawing the religion. The Angolan government has also demolished mosques and banned the construction of new ones. This makes it extremely difficult for Muslims to practice their religion openly in Angola, and there have been instances where Muslims were deported or denied entry based on their faith. Number 7. Slovakia. In Slovakia, Islam is not recognized as an official religion, and the country has implemented policies that make it difficult for Muslims to establish religious institutions. There are no officially registered mosques in Slovakia, and the government has passed laws that make it nearly impossible for Islamic organizations to gain official status. While Slovakia does not ban Muslims from entering the country, these restrictions create a highly inhospitable environment for Muslims who wish to practice their faith openly. Number 8. Tajikistan. Tajikistan, a predominantly Muslim country, has implemented severe restrictions on religious practices, particularly targeting Islam. The government has banned the wearing of the hijab in public, restricted the age at which individuals can attend mosques, and placed mosques under strict state control. The government's fear of Islamic extremism has led to a broader crackdown on religious freedoms, making it difficult for Muslims to practice their faith freely. While Muslims are not banned from entering Tajikistan, the oppressive environment creates significant challenges for both local and visiting Muslims. Number 9. Brunei. Brunei is a unique case where, although Islam is the official religion, the government imposes strict Sharia law that affects both Muslims and non-Muslims. While Muslims are not banned, non-Muslims may face significant difficulties and restrictions, especially in terms of practicing their faith or expressing any religious beliefs contrary to Islam. The implementation of Sharia law has led to severe punishments for various offenses, creating an environment of fear and repression. Visitors who are Muslim might face different treatment based on their adherence to Islamic practices, especially if they come from more liberal Muslim backgrounds. Number 10. Denmark. Denmark has seen a rise in anti-Muslim sentiment, particularly in the wake of the European refugee crisis. The country has passed laws that are seen as targeting the Muslim population, such as the ban on face coverings, often referred to as the burqa ban. While Denmark does not ban Muslims from entering, the societal and legal environment has become increasingly hostile towards Muslims, making it difficult for them to practice their faith freely and without discrimination. Number 11. Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, which has a small Muslim minority, has experienced significant religious tensions, particularly after the 2019 Easter bombings that were attributed to Islamist extremists. In the aftermath, there has been a rise in anti-Muslim violence and rhetoric, with Muslims facing social ostracism and discrimination. The government has also implemented policies that restrict certain Islamic practices, such as banning the burqa. While Muslims are not banned from entering Sri Lanka, the hostile environment poses significant challenges for practicing Muslims. Number 12. Cyprus. Cyprus is a divided island, with the northern part being Turkish Cypriot and the southern part being Greek Cypriot. The division has created a complex environment for Muslims, particularly in the Greek Cypriot south, where Islam is not widely practiced or accepted. While there is no official ban on Muslims, the cultural and religious divide creates an environment where Muslims might face difficulties in practicing their faith, especially in the south. The division of the island also complicates matters for Muslims wishing to travel between the two regions. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like it. We'll see you in the next video.